here, and what do you attribute his popularity to, despite some of his, issues in the past?
Yeah, his popularity is twofold. He's been through a lot of adversity, and everybody likes to see people overcome, and he's gotten a second chance, and he's made the most of it, and then his talent. I mean, it's one of the most talented players in the game, and even big leaguers, watch his batting practice and ooh and ah with the home run. So we're real blessed to have him, and it's a treat for our kids. Everyone on our team has goals of playing professional baseball, making it to the big leagues, and so it's neat for our guys.
And I understand you worked out with the team today. Can you tell me how that went?
Yeah, he went down just hitting our hack shack. So guys were funneling down there throughout the scrimmage just to get their eyes on him. And yeah, it's an impressive guy when you watch him swing and hit. So it was neat.
How were you able to get Josh to come to Louisville and do this tonight?
It took a few years, but we have a mutual friend in Charleston, South Carolina, and Josh spent a few years in Charleston, and between our two friends, we were kind of working on him, and then Louisville Slugger. Louisville Slugger's been great to us, and Josh swings Louisville Slugger bats, and Chuck Shupp, who's the major league rep, was very helpful. So it was twofold, but we're real appreciative he's here.
This dinner seems to grow bigger every year. This year you're at full capacity, maybe go a little beyond. What's that mean for your program?
I always call it the realization moment for our players, and it's a reminder and it's a message that the season is here, and it's a big deal, and a lot of people are excited, and so anytime the fans, the media, people get excited about baseball, I mean, it just it makes it more worthwhile for the kids, and it's easier for them to get hyped up, when people are excited about the season being here.
How do you frame expectations this year? What are your goals?
I'm going to talk tonight about the culture of our program and where we're at. You can't hide from last year's success, and I think sometimes as coaches you have such a big year and you go to the College World Series, and sometimes you want to close the book and move on, but it's a part of our program. It's a part of the athletic administration, the fan base, and 19 returners that played in Omaha last year. So we want to build on that. We want to take the positives from going to Omaha and understand the culture of our program right now. And the culture of our program is high expectations, which means these kids got to work hard and be able to handle the pressure, of playing in a program where the expectations are high.
With 19 letter winners back from last year going to Omaha, does that kind of give you a leg up going into the 2014 season?
I think that's huge. It's a unique year with 7 juniors signed and 3 seniors. When you lose 10 older players, but I still can't cry the young card this year because 19 guys have experienced, big-time college baseball. Now, guys need to step up. The role player has to become an everyday guy. The everyday guy has to now become a star. But I think as college coaches, we'd much rather be in that scenario than starting a bunch of freshmen. We have talented freshmen, and 1 or 2 or 3 will step out and help us this year. But it's going to start with the older guys, and we'll probably go as far as the older guys are going to be able to take us.
Can we see the ring?
Yeah, it's big. It's definitely gaudy, and all right.
Coach, how excited, I know you've already answered, but it's 2 weeks away. How excited are you for the season, just to get this thing going, hopefully wear another one of those this year?
College coaches in all sports, I mean, it's 12 months a year. You spend so much time recruiting and preparing your kids to have good summers, good off seasons, which is the fall for us, and you want to get out there and coach and play and compete. So for everybody, from the coaches to the players to the fans, it's a great time, and what a neat Valentine's Day to be opening up the season.
Nick is one of the more high-profile guys on the team. A lot of people say that maybe he's got a shot at going number 1. Curious, a lot of college teams will at some point discuss whether to make a reliever into a starter. Did you ever have that conversation at any point, and what made you keep him in his spot?
Yeah, Coach Williams and I have talked about it. When you look at our 7 years, we've had success on both ends. We've had those great Friday night starters, the Big East pitchers of the year, conference pitchers of the year. We've had great closers. We converted Tristan Magnuson our first year. Tristan became a first rounder, pitched in the big leagues. Then we converted B.J. Rosenberg, who's now in the big leagues. Tony Zick, Neil Holland, Derek Self, Matt Cook, all playing pro ball right now, doing well. So, it's something that we talked about, but, for Nick's case, he shined, he really thrived in that closer role. He would start. If we need him to start and we didn't have enough starting pitching, Nick would definitely take the ball and give us as many innings as he can. But, he's having a lot of success right now in that closer role, and so it was pretty easy for us to keep him in that role. But it's something we discuss with all of our pitchers, what role is best for them year to year, not just what they did one year to the next, but where they're at in their career and what's best for them.
Did he at all lobby to pitch against Josh today?
No, he didn't. But I wasn't originally, when I thought about that, I thought, well, maybe Josh needs to see him throw in the scrimmage. But at lunch, Josh was talking about a left-hander that he faced throwing 100. So, even though to us, Nick Birdie, it's a special thing, in the big leagues, there's not a ton of them, but there's a handful of guys. And when he talked about facing a left-hander throwing 100 miles an hour, I thought, wow, ours is a righty.
Feels good.